Room 306 Chapter 4 Day 2. The day after, or the night after, is always better than the first in a strange place. You're either warming up to the idea you're in a strange place or just accept the fact and move on and do whatever it is you're there to do. A place like the Stanley has been cursed through the minds of writers and people that searches for things that go bump in the night. I have known a number of ghost hunters in my time, and I tell them each something they don't care to hear. Sometimes what you're looking for is right in front of you. Just because it is the unknown, doesn't make it invisible. Ever had lunch or a drink with a ghost? Go to the Stanley and mingle. I didn't go looking for questions or answers. Sure, there was a rather interesting story that pointed me along the way, but this was the build-up or the obstacles in the road, changing my path so I would head to the Stanley. So are there tunnels at the Stanley? By God, there are a bunch. Some of which has been there for some time. The truth is they do have a bad winter from time to time up that way. And did and still do have a limited number of people that care for the hotel during the winter. When the hotel was built they figured the easiest way to move from one part of the hotel to the other during the winter was by the tunnels. As far as I know, you can still go down to that part of the hotel, that is if you dare. Some of the older locals will tell you that the Stanley was built on top of an old Indian burial ground. Some of them will even tell you once upon a time there was a temple, an old temple the Incas would travel to heal their sick, but to heal the sick they had to pay a price. A part of them must be given to the underworld. I guess in a way this was a ticket straight to hell. But under further investigation, when one drinks water from the temple, they spilt into two parts. One owned by themselves and the other by the underworld. The underworld could use and direct this body whenever it so desired. Do you know that the saying "there is power in numbers" came from that region of county? As I was told, the temple would use the part of the sick to gather, or direct other sick people to the temple. Something at the Stanley has been building an army for some time, for a reason we may never know until it's too late. Now others will tell you that the tunnels were caves that had been repurposed to meet the needs of the hotel. In any case, there are tunnels that have been plastered over as well. Life had offered me a warm breakfast, with the help of an unlucky maid. She had pulled me with little effort from the hot tub and helped me in bed. After I had my coffee and a bite of toast, I grabbed a shower, hoping I could cast the hangover out. Holy water wash the drunk away. Sadly, and one of most important reasons why I am not an alcoholic, is the hangovers. They're evil and slow to dispel. Anytime you can't find anything in your room, always look in the nightstand. Where in some of the more evil rooms the Bible they hide in there might come in handy. Room 306 had no Bible. But I did find an old leather 5-fold wallet. Inside was a planner or diary. Nursing my hangover, I flipped through this thing, wondering why it was still here, being that it was from 1909 and on the inside was the address Room 306, the Stanley Hotel. Here is where I should add that I thought I was the subject of a staff joke. I thought, no, I knew. My reluctant maid nurse decided to run down to the lost and found, grab something that had been in the hotel for a while, write Room 306 inside. Thinking it would give me something to do besides drink my time away at the Stanley. As I thought this, I raised the old black leather wallet to the air, shooting, "The joke's on you, I need a drink." Normally I am a well-dressed guy, when I am doing something like this. However, events leading up to this moment carried me out of the room in my tie-dyed pajamas with matching hat. Boy, did I get some looks as I quizzed the front desk. But after the very nice and understanding man informed me that after he checked the work log, a maid had not been to my room as of yet. Because this was at my request when I checked in, and he would be right, as every time I check in, this is something I request. For some time I have had a deep-rooted paranoia that someone would read over something I had not finished yet. I thanked the man at the front desk, and doing so asked him if there was a dress code at the bar. He smiled and said, "Sir, I am sure they will overlook the issue. If there is a issue, tell them you're the guy in room 306. I made my way to the bar between the socialites and others of well dress and ordered a Jack and Coke in my tie-dye Panamas and matching hat. Now that I think about it, I must have looked like a younger version of Ebenezer Scrooge that had spent too much time at a Grateful Dead concert.